to another episode of where are we now? Entrepreneurs in Fuego. That's where we are.
That's right.
No cuts. Everything is live over here, organic, etc., etc. We document the journey of amazing entrepreneurs, such as my new best friend, Doug Seide.
Yep. Hello, Francisco.
All Arizona Insurance.
Yes.
You are an independent insurance broker, and there is insurance for just about anything and everything in the world, correct?
Yes, there is.
But you have an interesting specialty.
Yeah, we insure almost everything except aviation. There's aviation is kind of a special niche, but we do all property casualty. We'll do life. We'll do the individual. We'll do the business life, buy-sell agreements, key man, whatever. The professional liability, workers' comp, commercial auto, transportation, all that.
What's the bread and butter for your company?
The bread and butter is commercial buildings. We'll do businesses, workers' comp, commercial auto. Basically, almost any kind of business. Everybody that has a need to insure, we can usually find a market for it.
One of the things that always has fascinated me is key man insurance. Mm-hmm. How does that work?
Well, an example, like for your business,
yes.
Okay, you're the key man, okay? If you'd go on a vacation and
yes.
be in a car accident and
yes.
you're gone,
yeah.
then the company would almost, they'd be in some big trouble.
Because I'm the key man.
You're the key man.
All right.
So you put a life policy on the key man, and the proceeds go to the company. The company's the payer, the owner, the beneficiary, and then they would be able to have proceeds to find somebody else to manage the business.
There's a couple of people in the back already getting your business card and
sure.
lining up to write up that insurance.
Sure.
The beauty of what you've been in business for a long time.
December of '87, I started as a licensed agent. So that's 29 years this year.
29 years in the insurance business.
Mm-hmm.
Is there, in your journey as an entrepreneur, is there something that you still haven't seen? Because I'm sure you've seen just about any and every claim in the world.
We've seen a lot of crazy things. What I've seen more recently is cyber liability problems. We didn't have those years ago. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have hacking of the computers.
Hacking insurance, so that you can buy. If somebody hacks into your computer and in your business, you can buy insurance.
You can buy insurance. It's called cyber liability insurance, and it protects from cyber liability hacks, extortion, where they denial of service.
Right.
So you can buy coverage for that. I've seen more unique coverages over the most recent time because there's a need for it.
Did you ever run into? You remember Lloyd's of London used to insure all these crazy things,
right?
Legs of these actresses and the hands of famous pianos. Liberace's hands were insured by Lloyd's of London and all that stuff.
We still use Lloyd's of London for certain products.
Do they still do any kind of those quirky insurance things?
Yeah, well, maybe high claims. Businesses with high claims or kind of unique claims, yeah.
What is something, Doug, in your experience, all right? Mm-hmm. In your experience in all this time, 30 years in the insurance business, something that we should know as consumers that we are oblivious or ignore all the time, that you go like, this is one of the things that you must know as a client?
I think the most important thing that people should do as consumers is to review their coverages on an annual basis.
Okay.
Now, people change.
Does that cost any money or anything?
No, it doesn't.
All right.
I do reviews with my clients. Things change on a daily basis, weekly, monthly, yearly. Things are not the same. So just to touch base, do a quick review is critical. Being an independent like I am, right. I've got many markets. So if somebody has an increase on their policy, I can shop to another market.
So even if I have, say, Geico with me, I can go to you and say, please review what I have. There may be something that is better for me, perhaps even better coverage at a lower price.
Sure. Yeah. We do personal lines in our office. We do commercial. Okay. And Jason in my office handles the personal lines.
Right.
And nowadays, all the companies have a model that they like. We put your information in, and the computer looks at all the carriers and matches up your model with theirs and gives us a rate. So we can search it by using a rater, we call it, and see if there's another carrier that will give us a better rate.
The insurance industry is incredibly competitive.
Very competitive.
Very competitive. I mean, there's all sort of, with all the respect, I mean, there's all sorts of insurance agents, and there's particularly here in Phoenix.
Yeah.
How do you, as an entrepreneur, now you have the longevity, which is phenomenal. I mean, and that you can't buy that. You can't go out and say, well, I've been in business since '87, because you haven't. But you have. How do you distinguish yourself as an entrepreneur from other people? Because you still have to go out there, Doug, and compete.
Sure. Well, have you heard of the Midwestern work ethic?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm from Minnesota, okay? And I'm a real honest kind of guy. And when I go talk to my clients or potential clients, they get to know me a little bit. So I have a lot of integrity, honesty. I follow through with what I say I'm going to do.
Yep.
I call it the way it is. Sometimes it's not good news, but I say it the way it is. So once they get to know me a little bit, then they'll see how I operate. And a lot of times when I get clients, I keep them for a long time.
As an entrepreneur, what do you see your biggest obstacle is going forward in this particular industry?
Well, the biggest thing I see is change. There's continuous change with all the carriers.
As far as their coverage, as far as their policies?
Their coverages, their underwriting rules.
Right.
There's change all the time. So you got to be able to adapt if you're going to stay on top of things.
Is it because the way that they're assessing risk is changing? Is it because of the events that are going around us that makes we don't like uncertainty, right? And I'm sure insurance companies, that's what they hate, is uncertainty, because you can't price that. You can't price that risk.
That's right.
So is that what you're referring to?
It's because of many of those factors. Yeah, many of those factors. Like, for example, like the terrorism we're seeing around the world now.
Right.
People are saying this is going to happen in the U.S. now. Okay, so I'm thinking that carriers are going to be looking at that factor, closer. So anyway, it's just all the change that happens in the industry and in the world. Companies change their underwriting rules and their ratings, and their loss ratios affect how they operate now and how they're going to do it in the future too. So many factors.
Which is an interesting point, Doug, you're bringing up. Is there such a thing as terrorism insurance for individuals?
Well, their businesses have terrorism coverage.
Okay.
If it's a certified act of terror, the government participates and they buy some coverage. So if you own a building, that's an option you have.
Is that why one of the reasons that I think sometimes the government is as skittish as to saying, yes, this was an act of terror or this was not an act of terror, is because it has also these economic implications?
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yeah, there's a law that was passed, and if it's a certified act of terror, and you have that coverage, the government participates on the settlement of the claim.
Very interesting. Very interesting. In your business, do you have people that are coming right behind you that you're mentoring now, that you're kind of passing the because you got to be a fountain of knowledge, man. I mean, you got 30 years on this thing.
A lot of knowledge.
You have to give that knowledge back. Do you have some kind of transition program in your business?
I have a gentleman that is in working with me. He's doing the personal lines.
Yeah.
In his late 30s.
Yeah.
And we're going to see how that works, But
he kind of becomes your protege.
I'm passing a lot of information on to him, and he's learning from me a lot too. So but I do enjoy work. I do enjoy work a lot.
And it's great. Look, all Arizona insurance. Is it a policy? Is it a client too small for you, or too that should not go to you? I mean, should every client go to you? I mean, if I have my own little car insurance, should I go to you?
Sure.
Anything and everything that is insured.
If it's a larger situation, we have something called middle market.
Okay.
Which are carriers that have a little niche for like the 35,000 to 100,000 premiums. Okay.
All right.
So we can handle the smaller stuff or the bigger risks. I give attention to everybody.
What is something that we don't know about you, Doug? This is secret.
Secret information.
Secret
Well,
information.
you know,
Time
here's something
to reveal some secret
Well,
information.
here's something that's interesting. In 2013,
Yes.
okay, I became a Bible-based trained chaplain.
Wow.
And so when I'm not doing this work, I'm doing teaching at 2 nursing homes twice a month. I'm doing hospital visits. I've done memorial services. Or I've done some hospice visits for hospice as a chaplain. So I'm doing that as a volunteer as well.
Can you officiate weddings?
I've done one.
You've done weddings?
Yes, I've done one. In San Diego on Mission Bay, water on all 3 sides, we did a wedding.
We have a person here that might be getting married.
Is that right?
Maybe we'll knock on your door
All
and
right, we'll check it out.
officiate that wedding
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
That I didn't know about you, Doug.
Yeah.
That's great, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm not a big arrogant guy. I'm kind of humble, so
You
know,
are a
I don't
phenomenal guy.
I don't promote that.
All Arizona Insurance, Doug Seide. Thank you, man. Appreciate
Okay, thanks, Francisco.
You're my new
You
best
betcha.
friend, man. Don't go anywhere because
Okay.
we got to say this. We're out.
We're out. Cut.